Welcome to Agentic Growth, the podcast where we cut through the noise, ditch the outdated sales and marketing methods, and build the next era of thought leadership using AI, GTM systems, and unapologetic clarity. I'm Andrea Kelly, AI strategist, GTM operator, digital transformation nerd, and the woman who believes founders should stop chasing clients and start attracting them by owning their voice, their mind, and their intellectual edge. This podcast isn't here to entertain, it's here to wake you up, to show you what's possible when AI meets intention, and when your voice becomes your most powerful business asset. Today we're kicking off episode 1 with a topic that every founder needs to hear, whether they realise it yet or not. Because the truth is this, if you're building a business in 2026 and you don't have a signature podcast, you're already behind. This episode is all about why podcasting has become the foundational content pillar for modern founders, why AI is making it easier than ever to build a high-quality show without a team, why random content doesn't cut it anymore, but thought leadership systems do, and why the smartest founders are shifting from chasing leads to creating demand through their voice, their ideas, and their clarity. By the end of this episode, you'll understand exactly how a podcast becomes the engine behind your brand, your visibility, and your authority. All right, let's get into it. So I want to start by calling out something I see everywhere right now. There's all this noise about, AI is going to replace us, or the bots are taking our jobs. Honestly, it's just not the full story. The reality, what's actually happening, is that AI is amplifying us, not replacing us. It's sort of like, imagine having a whole team behind you, but it's just you, your laptop, and a mic. Seriously, the amount of production friction, all those little things that used to take forever, you can just skip them. I used to spend hours wrangling up writers and editors or dealing with a social media team just to get one idea out there. Now, all those hats, writer, editor, strategist, producer, even the entire content team, you can handle all of it solo if you've got the right automations and AI friends backing you up. But here's the thing, and I really want to be clear on this. It's not about shortcuts or just automating for the sake of it. AI isn't supposed to turn your thought leadership into some soulless content machine. No, it's about removing the pain points that hold people back. The production friction, the burnout, the feeling that you've got to be all over the place. That's what lets you focus on the stuff that matters. Your insights, your perspective, your leadership. If you're a founder and you're not handing off those repetitive tasks to AI, you're not taking advantage of what's possible in 2026. I'll give you a quick example. Back in the day, I'd spend a week just coordinating everyone for a single campaign. Now, with AI and automations, honestly, I just need a mic and a laptop. I launched an entire content funnel in what felt like a fraction of the time. You get to actually show up consistently because you're not drowning in logistics. At the end of the day, the real winners aren't the people shouting the loudest. They're the ones showing up again and again, on message, without burning themselves out. So let's talk about why podcasting is now the heart of a founder's content strategy. There's this big myth, right, that TikToks or carousels, those super short forms, are enough to build a real connection. But, can you actually get to know someone or trust a brand from a 17-second TikTok? It's fun, sure, but it's fleeting. When someone listens to your podcast, they're hearing your actual voice. They're spending 10, sometimes even 30 minutes with you. You can go deep, bring people into your world, let them see who you really are. The audience gets to connect with you, not your logo or your tagline. For me, this was a huge shift. One podcast episode the same one I'd put out as audio would turn into, LinkedIn posts, short video clips, newsletter segments, even entire email nurture sequences. That's 30, maybe more, individual content pieces from just one recording. Suddenly, you're not chasing content ideas or scrambling to fill up your content calendar. Your podcast becomes the engine fueling your whole go-to-market. So if you're thinking, where do I even start with this? It's honestly way more straightforward than folks make it out to be. You just need a core episode. Use AI tools to break it down. Grab the transcript, highlight those key ideas, turn them into social media posts, little teaser videos, in-depth newsletter stories. Make every minute of your effort stretch across platforms. You suddenly have this scalable, consistent way to show up everywhere your audience hangs out, but you're not working 20 times harder. It's sort of magic once you get it going. Let's get real for a second. Most content out there is just noise. I see founders posting random tips, pulling quotes from somewhere, sharing what they learned that day. It's a scattershot approach, and honestly, it's forgettable. I mean, think about it. Does any of that make you trust someone or remember them 3 weeks from now? Probably not. What actually moves the needle is a thought leadership system that's intentional, that's structured, that lines up with a real go-to-market strategy. Here's what I mean. When you have a signature podcast, you're not just putting content out there for content's sake. You're building assets. You're educating your ideal customers, showing up as the authority, solving real, specific problems. And every episode, every piece, builds this larger narrative around who you are and why you're the one people trust. It's how you open the door to actual demand, not just random DMs or likes. I remember a health tech founder I worked with. Her posts were all over the place for months. A tip here, an opinion there, but nothing stuck. Once she built her thought leadership system around her podcast, bam! Suddenly, she was the person people mentioned when talking about innovation in her niche. Podcasting was the hub. Everything else spun out from there. So, if you want to move from busy to unignorable, you need that backbone. A signature podcast that's not just a show, it's your ecosystem's operating system. All right, I could riff on this all day, but we'll wrap here. If you're ready to stop being random and start owning your space, make your podcast your foundation. This is just the beginning of what AI-powered thought leadership can do. Catch you in the next one.